Hi everyone, good morning and welcome to Dunrobin Ranch. I'm Ashley, I'm the ranch manager, and here with me I have Dunrobin's golden boy, Augie. He's our 4-year-old colt he's in training right now. I've been working with him on getting him to drive and things like that. I'm gonna give him a little bit of lovin' while I talk to you about what's happening this week at the ranch. We, as you guys know, have been very, very busy this summer with taking out lots of rides, usually 5 to 6 person rides a day. I also have been doing riding lessons, sometimes 2 lessons back to back, sometimes with 4 kids a day. So we've had a very, very fruitful, very busy summer. But we're finally kind of winding down. We're coming up on August and people are going back to school. They're going back home from their vacations. So we're putting a lot more effort back into our horses and back into our ranch so that way we can focus on what we have going on at home. So this week we've got rides going out the whole rest of the week. I think 2 a day up until Thursday. Nobody had booked any rides for Friday so far, so I've kind of filled that day up with lessons. If I get a phone call or an email for someone wanting to take a ride on Friday, then luckily we've got an extra backup guide now, Miss Corey, so she can take that ride out. But otherwise, we've got lots of broadcasts going on this week. So later today, after my lesson, I'm gonna have a broadcast with Mr. Augie here. We're gonna be doing a little bit of training. No, please don't eat my hands. We're gonna do some refreshers on his training that we were working on over the winter, like ground manners, such as what he's doing right now. So he's just kind of getting my personal space. I'm pushing him away from me, not letting him do that. We're gonna do a refresher on that. And then I have a few tricks that I wanna train him. So I'm gonna try out some clicker training with him and see how it goes for both of us to kind of learn that together. And then tomorrow we will have our sunrise tour with James. That is at 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And it kind of goes through the Bitterroot River. I'm gonna go grab a brush and keep talking. It gives us a tour of the entire ranch. We use all 4 of our cameras to show you our osprey nest, the ranch with the horses, our beautiful orchards, our lawns and everything like that. We'll go to the bench camera so you can see our prolific bird feeders. And hey, can you hold on to that for me? Can you hold that? Hold. 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 Nope, we haven't trained that one yet. So our bird feeders, where you can see all the birds, and then a good view of our pastures and kind of our neighbor. And then we'll go over to the river camera so you can see the entire Bitterroot River up and down, show you our kingfisher perch, the sandbar where sometimes the cows like to hang out at. And then maybe you'll catch a glimpse of where we ride. So if you keep an eye on a river camera today, you'll definitely see us out there. It's usually every day we're riding out on the river because everyone wants to sign up for the river rides. Nobody wants to do the ranch rides. Hi, mister. And then what we have going on Thursday. Thursday morning, we have Anya and the captains. They're gonna be driving the cart with the little carriage with the ponies. And they're gonna be doing some teletraining with Brandon Carpenter, our horse trainer friend from Shepherd, Montana. He was the one who was helping me train Augie over the winter, and also Mystery, another horse that we had purchased from him specifically for teletraining. So he's an excellent trainer. He does a really, really good job of explaining things. And it's really easy to kind of get that full picture of what he's trying to explain when you're there in the moment training him. I don't know if you guys can see, your lightest horses always get the dirtiest. That's just the rule of light-colored horses. Little blondies always getting covered in poo. Augie, you're such a gross little boy. So while we're not gonna start riding Augie just yet, we're gonna wait until he's about 5 years old. Tennessee Walkers, as you can see, are very tall, very lean, very long. They've got very, very long bones. So we wanna make sure that the bones in his back are totally set before we start putting any weight on his back. Just so that way he's got a lifelong, ability to carry people. And we're also worried about his fetlock still. We had that infection back in November, and it's just been kind of residual pain and soreness for him. So we're gonna try out some things that might help it. Can you come back up here, please? Ooh. So you guys might see him tied up at the rail more often while we're getting other horses ready. I want him to start getting into the habit of I'm getting haltered, I'm being asked to do things. I have to stand here like a good boy and be patient. The world does not revolve around Augie. So anytime he puts his head or his body somewhere I don't want it, I'm just gonna put it right back where it was. I'll come down here and brush his leg. So we're gonna continue teaching him to drive and working with him on that because that's really good mentally for teaching him how to get ready to ride. He's gonna get used to having a person direct him and tell him where to go, not himself making his decisions. And it'll also keep us from putting weight on his back. So if we're able to get the stone boat up and going again, that would be awesome. And we can have him pull that. I'm just not physically capable of doing it right now with my shoulder. So we're gonna find out some options to do with that. He's like, what are you doing? Why are you touching me? I don't need to be brushed. I want to be a dirty teenage boy. So Thursday morning, we'll be driving with the captains. And then I might hop on with Anya and see just how that goes a little bit. We do have a big ride going on Thursday as well. Wednesday and Thursday are full of rides. And then Thursday afternoon, we'll be joined with Suzanne and Paula. Paula is our bookkeeper, HR lady extraordinaire, and Suzanne is, of course, the owner of the ranch. And they're going to be talking about Dunrobin's history of painting horses. As some of you may know or may not know, we have our, nope, over there, all the way. So I'm applying pressure with both of my hands on the side of his body to get him back over there. Thank you, good boy. Good boy, you may not have your way. No, sir, this is not Burger King. So Suzanne and Paula are gonna talk about our history of painting horses, how the Equine Art Extrava came to be, and then give you some details and updates about what's gonna be happening. And that Equine Art Extravaganza date is gonna be August 21st. It'll be kind of an all-day event. We'll have different, sounds like different artists coming out in different groups, and people will be able to purchase tickets for different times. So it'll be kind of like a socially distanced event, but we'll have a food truck here. I'm not sure. I think we're gonna have live music. I feel like there's 3 different bands coming out. So it's gonna be a full day of art and music and horses and fun and hanging out. I had so much fun at it last year, so I'm really excited for it to come up this year. But we want you all to interact with us too. On our website, you'll find a downloadable version of a colorful horse that you can color yourself. Send us a photo of it, and that'll be your contribution to our art day. You're just so impatient. And Mr. Augie here, I want to train him how to paint. So that's going to be our little tricks that we're going to be working on for the next few weeks up until the EAE. He's got such a knack for using his mouth to explore things. So I feel like it would be really easy to train him to hold a paintbrush. I want to train him a couple of commands. I want to train him the command touch, to touch my hand or to touch an object or touch something like that. And then the command hold it, so that he can hold the paintbrush, he can touch it to the paint block, he can touch it to the canvas. So we'll see how that goes. That'll be what's included in our training sessions the next few weeks when I do get to work with him. But as often as I can these days, I want to try taking him out of his stall for 5 or 10 minutes at a time and do stuff like this, just getting him used to being touched by people again, being handled on a daily basis, not having his way of doing things. Oh, I know. He's very upset because it's breakfast time. It's time for breakfast. Even though you were on grass all night long. The horses have been in the riparian all weekend, getting all of the grass that they can. They've already eaten all the grass in our pastures, and we're letting our north pasture over here behind me to grow the grass back again after they ate it all earlier this summer. No, you don't need to eat my hand. So I noticed when we were out on trail rides, they were just ferociously diving into any bit of grass that they could. So I decided to let them be in the riparian all weekend to fill their bellies full with grass to their heart's content. Hopefully they'll be a little bit better behaved this week. But we have these special reins that we put on the saddles, so it attaches to their halter while we're riding. Attaches here, we have the bridle that goes over their head, and then of course your reins go up here on their shoulders, but their check reins would attach to the halter, come up to their withers, and then we would pull it over the horn of the saddle so that way they can't put their heads down to graze. But it's nice because you can take it off to let them graze if we're stopped, take it off so they can drink out of the river because that's really good water for them. But it just got to a point where they were like breaking check reins because they were just so ferociously putting their heads down to try to eat the grass. You are just so impatient. Yeah, we're gonna start doing this every day. Because the only way to get them good at standing still is to practice. You don't need to play with the brushes. Let go. Let go. Thank you. I'm just a little Augie in a big world. I feel like if we had a patience pole or something that would help him learn how to stand still, that's just like a pole that's like concrete into the ground, and it's got a hook at the top with like a revolving kind of link on it. So that way they learn that just walking around doesn't really get them anywhere. It's just more work to walk around, and they learn how to stand still. Oh, you got big mats in here, buddy. You've gone feral. Yeah, we're gonna get your mane all brushed up. So that's what's gonna be happening this week at the ranch. Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon, we'll have the broadcast with Suzanne and Paula talking about the painted horses. Friday, I'm gonna do a little bit more training with Augie in a more dedicated, kind of time for a broadcast. But throughout the week, it'll just be little tidbits here and there. And I'll try and message the chat before I get started on that. That'll be kind of like a last minute, like, hey, I'm gonna go grab Augie kind of thing. And then Saturday, we have another spa day coming up. So I'll have a few horses getting brushed out, getting a nice shower. What are you doing? You're so weird. You're so weird. Come here. You're gonna step on yourself. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah. But yeah, we're expecting the ranch and the rides to kind of slow down a little bit here. We do still have quite a few bookings for August, but it looks like mostly lessons, and we have a lot of corral sessions. We have a few families coming out for corral sessions that are 2 hours. So yeah, we'll update you guys next week when we have more information about what's going on in the future. So just keep an eye out on the chat. Unfortunately today, our internet is out for right now. So this that you're watching has already been recorded. This wasn't live. So hopefully we'll have our internet back up and running and you guys can watch your birds again. You can watch us here at the ranch. But other than that, that's pretty much what's going on. And I think I'm gonna sign off here for you guys. So I'm gonna get Augie finished brushing up here and then we'll see you around. Bye.